y'all, God bless you. I know it's been a little bit since I've been on here. I've been kind of sick, if you can tell by the lingering congestion. Kind of hit the whole household and I'm just recuperating, so I did not want to get on here the way that I was. I was kind of bedridden for a week, so but thank God I'm feeling a lot better. Everyone in the house is too, thank God. But today's video is going to be a full face of Colourpop. I recently picked up some items from their new coconut collection and I wanted to test them out, and I realized that I have enough items for a full face of Colourpop. So that's what today's video is going to be about. Before we get into it, please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see how I got this look, then please continue to keep on watching. So to begin, I'm going to go ahead and start with the Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer. I really enjoy this primer. It does add hydration to the skin. I wouldn't say that it prolongs my makeup, but it definitely does add a lot of hydration to my skin. It really moisturizes it and just leaves it feeling really fresh. And then just to add extra hydration like I normally do with the Smashbox Primer Water, I'm going to take the Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist and just spray my face. I really like the mister on this. The only thing that I feel that it's a little too fine, so it's almost like you gotta, press the nozzle like double the amount of times like I would maybe the primer water or whatever. Like, it is a very fine mist and I really love how it feels, but I feel like I'm just pushing it too much, Alright, then of course next I'm going to be going in with the Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. I am in the shade Light 5N. Just put a couple pumps on the back of my hands. And then I do have the sponge that came with it, only I don't like it. I've used it a couple of times and I just don't like it, so I'm just going to be going in with this. And what I like about this foundation is that it's very lightweight. I love lightweight products on the skin. I don't mind a little bit of redness peeking through, a little bit of my blemishes peeking through. I don't really have problematic skin, so I don't have so much to cover up. So that's why I really love the lightweight makeup. So then for concealer, I'm going to be going into the Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. I am in the shade am I in? Light 33C. And the shade range on these I've seen is a bit, you guys could tell, has more like a gray undertone. Like if your skin is more on the warmer side, it might be a little harder for y'all to find your shade, but I was able to find mine. If you're able to find your shade, I think that this is a really good concealer. Going in with a light hand is best. If you need more, you can always build it up. But I find that if you put too much of the concealer, it definitely can look a bit cakey. So just be careful with how much you apply firsthand. You guys can see it has nice coverage and it really does leave the under eye hydrated. I don't find that my under eyes are dry after I use this, and I have problematic under eyes. I do have pretty dry under eyes, so I definitely have to be careful with the type of concealer that I use, because if the concealer dries down to a matte consistency, then most likely my under eyes are going to look really, really old and just really crepey and just not cute. So I definitely have to watch the concealer that I use, and I've used this multiple times and I definitely love the finish that it gives to my under eyes and to my skin overall. Alright, so we have our base done. I'm going to go ahead and just spray one more time with the Hydrating Mist. And that's just to ensure that all the hydration is added into the skin. And then for some new products, I am super pumped because I just got this in the mail yesterday. This is the Going Coconuts palette. This is the outer packaging right here. As usual, you do have the shades on the back, and then this is what it looks like on the inside. You guys could see, absolutely beautiful. I would say that this is a neutral palette. Upon first look at it, it doesn't look too warm tone, it doesn't look too cool tone. I really think that it's the perfect medium and the perfect neutral everyday palette. And what I really love about this specific palette is that it doesn't have any of those chunky glitters that I don't use. When those palettes come with those glitters, oh, it's so frustrating because third world problems, right? But it's so frustrating though because, you know, I don't use it, so I feel like I'm being ripped off a shade. So we're gonna go into this palette today. Before I go ahead and start on the eye look, I'm just gonna set the eyelid. Normally I do use an eye base like the MAC Paint Pot or the P. Louise base, but sometimes I do use concealer, and whenever I use concealer, I definitely always set it. So I'm just going to be setting it with the single shadow in the shade Brulee. Y'all, I just washed my brushes not too long ago. Like, I would say maybe about 40% of my brushes, because I have a ton of brushes. But I just washed, like, these are like some face brushes and like all my eye brushes, and then I have more face brushes that I washed. Oh my gosh, when I tell you, it feels so good using clean brushes. It feels so good using clean brushes. So typically when I see this palette, I would go for, you know, one of the shimmers, but I think I'm going to do an all matte look today. I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Lovely Bunch and just start by applying that in my crease. Upon dipping the brush into the shadow, you could see there's a little bit of fallout, but typically that doesn't get on my face with Colourpop shadows. That's why I'm able to do my face first with Colourpop shadows, so we'll see how this works out. So I'm just going to apply this into my crease. It's my transition shade. So the next shade I'm going to go into is a shade right here called Shell Yeah. I'm just going to be applying that just a little bit underneath the shade that we just put down. Then I'm going to go into the brown shade right here called Nutty and just apply that all over my lid. Going back into Shell Yeah, blending that out, and then going back into Lovely Bunch and blending that out. Going back into Nutty. A lot of this is just applying and blending. This is one of those looks that you have to have patience with, because you want everything blended evenly so you don't see any of the lines. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the other eye, which is applying Nutty all over the lid and then just blending everything out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be back and we will continue on with this full face of Colourpop. Alright, so I'm back with a little bit more than just the other eye on. I did do my brows off camera only because it's just too time consuming to do my brows on camera. I did use a Colourpop product, and this is the Precision Brow Pencil, and I am in the shade Cool Cocoa. I really think that this is the perfect brown for my eyebrows. I think that this is the perfect brow pencil in general. I love the creaminess of the pencil. I love the formula. I love the longevity. Perfection. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my face before I do my lower lash line. I don't know why, I just want to. So please don't be mad. The only product that I'm going to use in here that is not a Colourpop product is my Milk Makeup bronzing stick, and that's only because I literally use this every single time I do my makeup now for the longest time since the summer. I go in with this before I apply any bronzer on top. I just feel like it takes my bronzer to another level. I'm going to be going in with one of the bronzers from the Coconut collection. So I will be able to tell if this bronzer applies nicely on top of this, only because I've used multiple bronzers on top of this and haven't had any issues thus far. So I'm going to go in with this before I apply the powder bronzer. Per usual with my Luxie 512 small contour brush. Alright, I did just go in with a light hand, but I just really love how my bronzer looks with that, and I will forever use it. And as usual, I do go in after and just kind of pounce on top with my sponge to ensure that everything is blended in. Alright, so now for bronzer, I am going to be going into the bronzer from the Coconut collection, and this is in the shade Coconut Beach, and here's what it looks like. I think on the Colourpop site this is labeled as a neutral matte golden bronzer. So I'm just going to be taking this Farrah brush. This is the Cheeky N 218. Got it in one of my Ipsy boxes, and I think it's so beautiful. At least I think it was Ipsy. I don't think it's Box Charm. Alright, anyway, so going into the bronzer. Whoa, 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 whoa. Extremely powdery. Extremely pigmented. So let's see. I think you really gotta tap off. And then just be very light-handed with this. So I think it's nice. The only thing, which I don't want to say is a negative, because this really is, like, I like it, you know, I like the shade. I feel like it's coming off a little more warm tone on camera than it is in actual person. The only thing that I would say is go in with a light hand, and make sure you're not using a dense brush, because then you will just have pigment all over. It is an extremely pigmented product. I don't mind going in with a light hand. Like, I don't mind tweaking my technique a little, you know, or the brush that I use, just because I have different brushes at my disposal, so I don't mind. But if you have, like, you know, dense face brushes, I don't think you're gonna like this, because with a dense brush you are really gonna get a punch of pigment on your face, as well as if you, I feel like I have a hair here, there, as well as if you do not like overly pigmented products. I don't think you're gonna like this. Not everyone likes to get a punch of pigment in their, you know, their first dip of product, so just keep that in mind. But me personally, I really like the shade. The only other Colourpop bronzer that I've used is the shade Private Party, and you can see that this is a little bit more deeper than that of Coconut Beach. This is more warmer, and I really like this. So to have a more, you know, neutral golden shade is really, really good in my book. So I cannot wait to continue to keep on using this. Okay, so then you all know that the order that I like to do my face is bronzer, highlight, then blush. So for highlighter, I'm going to be going into the Soul Shimmering Body Powder, and I do have the shade Platinum. Now I know that this is labeled as a body powder, but you could totally use it as a highlighter. I've seen, you know, that you can. So this is what it looks like. Look at how gorgeous that is, though. Like, it feels extremely soft. This is, I mentioned to one of my friends that this gives me like Marc Jacobs vibes. You know, like the packaging is so similar. Like, what? But you do get, you know, significantly more product. And my jig is heavier. Like, it does feel, you know, it doesn't feel cheap, it just feels lighter, but just the way, like the shape of the product itself. So here's a little swatchy swatch. I don't know if you can tell, there you go. Very light golden yellow. So let's go ahead and apply this. Right, so going into, oh, it doesn't seem that powdery, just a little bit. So let's see. Highlighters do make a difference. Whoa. I feel like this is a little too yellowy golden for my skin tone. Could just, it's pretty. I just think, let me see. I think I'm using like, I don't think that's a good brush for it. Let's try this one. There, I think that, there we go. That's better. This brush. This is the Wet n Wild highlighting brush. The brush definitely does matter. It's just, I feel like now I have like this yellow dot on my nose, you know, like I feel like it's just too yellowy for my skin tone. And it definitely has like chunks of glitter. I could see more so why this is a body highlighter. Like I could see why it would be labeled as such, just because of like the chunks of glitter that are in it. Don't really like that on my face. Again, it's personal preference. I think the shade is gorgeous, and I do like how, like, you know, you can't see like a dark strip across. I just feel like I have all this glitter all over my face now, and I don't really like that. And I feel like it's too yellow, like yellow tone. Like the undertone of it is too yellow for me, for my skin tone. I'm gonna try going in with my highlighter in the shade Dreamscape, just on top, just to try to like balance out the yellow a little bit more. There we go, see? I feel like that helped a little bit. There's glitter all over my face now. Oh, that's disappointing, because I'm not one to wear body highlighters. Like, I don't normally wear clothes that like show this area of my body, so I wouldn't get much use out of that. And there goes the heater, ladies and gentlemen. But I don't know. Maybe when I tan, it will look a little better, because then I'll be a little bit darker. So I'm gonna try this again. I'm not gonna write it off just yet. I'm gonna try it again with tan skin. But so far on my pale skin, I don't like the yellow undertone of it. I love the shimmer. Like, I mean, obviously I added something on top, but I love the shimmer. It's just right here I have like these chunky glitters that have fallen. I have glitter all over my face, and I'm not one that likes glitter like that all over my face. So we'll see about this. I'm gonna finish up the lower lash line, and I'm gonna take a flat definer brush. This is the M432 from Morphe, and I'm gonna go into the shade Nutty and just smudge that really close to my lower lash line. I'm going to go into the shade Lovely Bunch and Shell Yeah. Mix those two together and smudge that right underneath the Nutty shade. And then I'm going to go into the shade Cocoa Crush, which is absolutely beautiful, and apply that into the inner corner and brow bone. And then I did pick up the Bff Volumizing Mascara in the shade Brownie Points. It is a brown mascara, so I'm going to go ahead and apply this. And then I am going to apply the Creme Gel Liner in the shade Honey Dude into my waterline. I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera, and then I'll be back and we will finish off with the lips. Alright, so I really like the brown mascara. I feel like with some looks, it is a little bit less harsh than black mascara, and then adding the nude in the waterline really just kind of opens and brightens the eyes. Before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and set my brows with the Brow Boss Gel. I just have the clear one. I'm just going to go ahead and run this through. It is white, so after I apply it, I like to apply it first, and then I'll go in with my spoolie and kind of just blend it out. And then it takes away the white color and kind of just sets them. And y'all, with this brow gel, your brows ain't going nowhere. I know they have like tinted ones now. I just have a clear one. So yeah. So for lips, I did, along with the coconut eyeshadow palette and bronzer, pick up the two lip sets that they had. So I'm going to go ahead and show them to you. This one is the Coconut Kiss, just a tint lip crayon bundle, and this has the shade, what are these shades called? I don't even know. It doesn't say the shade on the thing. Oh, ha! Shades on top. So this is the shade Shaka. I don't know what that means. I did kind of jam my finger into it when I first got it, so that stinks. Ooh, these are very creamy. Ooh. Right, so that's the shade Shaka. This is the shade Waikiki. This one right here. And then from the other bundle, this is the Shall We Dance. Ha! Shall We Dance. Nice play on words there. Ooh. Hello, nudie. This is the shade Island Time. Oh, that's very nude. Island Time. And then this is the shade Nude Beach. Right here. So these are the 4 from the lip bundle. They are a lot more warmer than they looked online, but I'm going to grab a lip liner. Y'all should know which one I'm going to grab. My BFF one. I did pick up a backup. I also picked up a lippy stick. I just want to mention it. Why not? In the shade Oh Snap. Do that one on the bottom. It's this one right here. I feel like that is going to live in my purse, because it looks like the perfect nude. Okay, so like mauve nude. Alright, so I'm going to line my lips with my BFF lip pencil. Alright, I just went ahead and filled them in, and then I'm going to take, surprise surprise, Island Time. And it says that like just a tint, so I'm assuming it's just like a kiss of color. So let's see. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Yeah, because of the congestion I can barely smell, but these taste like a candy that I used to eat when I was little. Oh my gosh. But I could totally see this one living in my purse. So stunning. Very, tastes really good. Very, very hydrating. So, putting the hair back so we can do a final spray. Normally I do go in with my 4th Ray Beauty Glisten Up Mist, but I really did want to keep this video strictly Colourpop, with the exception of the milk branding sticks. So I am just going to finish up with the Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. Alright y'all, that wraps up this video of a full face of Colourpop using some current faves and just testing out some new products that I recently got. I really liked everything that I used in today's video, with the exception of this. I don't know if I'm using the wrong brush. I am definitely going to try using it with the Real Techniques brush that I like to use with a lot of certain highlighters, because I feel like with certain highlighters it really does matter the brush that you use to apply them. It really does matter because of you'll get a certain type of application, because I didn't like how it applied. There's just glitters all over my face. I like the shine that it gives. I know I topped it off with another highlighter, but oh my gosh, I totally forgot to apply blush. Pause 1 second, please. I'm gonna go into my Lunar Has It blush. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Now, back to what I was saying. Excuse outside, they're deciding to pick up all the leaves right now. If you can hear like trucks beeping and stuff like that. But anyways, so yeah, I'm definitely going to try this out again a couple different ways, and then I will keep you all updated on my opinion on it if you want to know what that is. But everything else, I really like the eyeshadow palette. I love the way that the mattes blended. Granted, I only used one of the shimmers, but nonetheless, Colourpop shimmers are bomb, so I had no doubt there. The mattes blended beautifully. As you can tell, seamless eye look. So I really like this, and I could definitely see myself using this more often than not. So really happy I picked that up. The bronzer, I really love the shade of the bronzer. The lip crayons, these two look fairly similar. You can even see on camera they look fairly similar. I'm not sure how much I'll get use out of these, but I know these two, this one is the one I'm wearing now. Oh my gosh, the scent alone is just like wonderful. The brown mascara, I really like the softness of it with the rest of the neutral makeup that I'm wearing. I didn't want to put falsies on because I didn't want to, you know, sometimes you just don't want to do that. The Pretty Fresh line, absolutely love it, from the tinted moisturizer, the concealer, the primer, I love it. Again, I really loved everything that I used in this video with the exception of the highlighter, so, which it's technically a shimmering body powder, so can't even be that mad. But yeah, that's it for me. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. God bless you all today and always, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!